Alrighty then, hey, this is Wentus yet again. I'm going to be continuing my Let's Play of Sonic Adventure. Last time we started Knuckles' story and got the first 6 Emerald Shards. We went to Casinopolis and we can see Sonic and Tails are knocked out here. We also had an interesting experience where we went to that mysterious place and saw more of Knuckles' people. I'm just going to be referring to them as that since it's heavily implied that they are. And we got to see that Tikal and her people, well, maybe it's better to call them that. It seems that her father, the chief, is actually preparing for them to go to war on a nation's holy grounds, where they have the 7 emeralds. Well, we'll have to see how that turns out. As you can see, the ice... Let's see, was it the Ice Stone is not here this time. Yep, trains are non-service, so we're kind of out of options, it seems. We'll have to go into the hotel again, see what we can find.
Hey, it's Dr. Eggman. What's he got there? It's gotta be a part of the Master Emerald. Hold on! Come back here!
As you see, Knuckles isn't the brightest. He sees something shiny. Ooh, it must be the Master Emerald Shard. I gotta say that's not his brightest move, considering Knuckles can actually... It's said that he's actually tied to the Emerald. That's why he can have that sort of radar at the bottom of the screen. He can sense when one of the Emerald Shards is nearby. Yet he clearly doesn't sense anything, yet he assumes it's an Emerald Shard. Yeah. By the way, this is the only time you can go into this elevator in the entire game. You can only go into the other one to get to the Chow Garden normally.
Eggman, give me back the Master Emerald.
Knuckles! Oh, this isn't what you're after!
You're right.
That's okay, though. I can use you as a guinea pig to test it. Chaos! Chaos!
Chaos? It's that creature again. The same one I saw on my island. He was there when the Master Emerald shattered. I'm sure of it. He saved me the trouble of looking for him. Now I'll get him good.
Way to go, Chaos!
Huh, changing shape won't scare me. Fine, give it your best shot.
Alrighty then, so we've caught up to Chaos. Time to have our revenge for him taking out the Master Emerald. Alright, so this is Chaos 2. He's a bit different than the other forms. In fact, what he'll do first is he will turn to that ball form and start bouncing to try to hit you. You can just knock him out of the air pretty easy. By the way, careful of his punches. They hurt. Still, after he punches, you have an opportunity to hit him, or you can just slam your face into him like I did. So you can knock him out of the air again as soon as he starts bouncing. Those bounces will hurt you. And you gotta wait for him to try to punch. And definitely want to punch him before he can punch you, otherwise he's gonna deal a lot of damage. Well, even though you can only lose all your rings, that's all that happens when you take damage in this game. Still, it's something you want to avoid, and it's hard to dodge his punches. Dang it, I got hit, but still got the hit on him first. Alright, he's only got 1 hit left. Chaos 2 is a pretty easy fight, as long as you don't let him punch. I decided to show that first punch at the beginning of the fight, though. Come on, come on. He will block you if you try to punch him early. I don't remember this. Okay, he has all these little bloblets here. I believe you have to knock them out of the air in order to be able to hit him. See, I don't remember that. Yeah, you see, he just does a shield if you try to punch him too early. You have to wait for him to punch, or till after he punches, then you can hit him. Okay, well, we just face planted into him, but that works too, sure. That's one way to take out the God of Destruction. It's just, oh, God, that hurt. Hey, I beat him.
So what have you won this time? You have yet to see the true powers of Chaos.
Yeah, that still doesn't faze me. You hear?
I know something that might. It's about Sonic.
What? What about Sonic?
He's after the pieces of the Master Emerald too.
What do you mean?
You're not the only one on a wild goose chase, idiot. Why should I ruin your surprise?
I wonder what he meant by that. I'd better find Sonic.
And it instantly takes us to the Mystic Ruins. Still,
I wonder why Sonic is after the Master Emerald. I'd better work fast and get to the bottom of this.
alright, so now we can finally see why it is that Knuckles was so ready to fight Sonic when we met him up there. He thought Sonic was after the Master Emerald charge, that's why he said, give me those emeralds. It all makes sense now. Now we see how he was tricked by Eggman. Let's see, if I remember correctly, Sonic should be... Nope, he's not up here yet. Okay, I was mistaken. In fact, now that I think of it, if I remember... There should be something you can get over here? Huh, for some reason I thought there was an emblem you could get that was up here, that you could get either as Knuckles or Tails, but I forgot to show it. Whatever, there's somewhere else we can go now. This area of rocks has already been broken away. Right about this time is when, let's see, this is when Sonic and Tails were in the ice cap. However, we don't have the ice key, so we can't actually go inside of there. But we can go elsewhere. We can, even if we can't find Sonic, we can always find the other pieces of the Master Emerald. Which brings us to this area, which wasn't open to us at all in Tails' story, but it was only open to us near the end of Sonic's story. I want to point something out here. If you go this way, just a bit further, you can see where Knuckles' island has fallen. In fact, we went over here in Sonic's story. I said I'd bring it up again later. This is what I was talking about. You can actually go here. This is, well, the area where Sonic... Well, we went here in Sonic's story, and this is where Knuckles' story began. If you go up here, Master Emerald is shattered. Something to note, in Sonic's story, it was restored partially. It had a chunk taken out of it still, though. So that's just an interesting little tidbit there. Also, I want to point out one other thing before we leave this spot. I was in the middle of rambling when I actually passed by it. If we go over this way, first of all, I want to point out what this place looks like. I showed it before. It looks like there used to be water here or something. There's a lot of moss growing. There's these pillars. And it looks like this used to be some sort of temple to the Master Emerald, which Knuckles has been guarding, but it's been very clearly destroyed long, long ago. I want to point out, there's this spot here. It looks like a bridge that goes outward and then suddenly just completely cuts off. By the way, if we fall off there, we die. You actually lose a life. Still, just want to point out that this area looks like it used to go somewhere, but the island was lifted into the sky and was floating up there for God knows how long. And, well, Knuckles was always there. I mean, he obviously came down during the game Sonic and Knuckles, but still, makes you wonder what the purpose was of him being sent there to just guard the Master Emerald. Let's see. Oh, we cannot actually go in here. As you can see, it's still blocked by this monkey that Sonic had the same problem with. Well, not so much a problem, Sonic just kind of destroyed it. So we can't go that way yet. Now, you may be wondering where it is we're supposed to go. I'm wondering the exact same thing, because I actually can't remember where we're supposed to go. Still, I wanted to show that off regardless of whether I knew where to go or not. If I remember correctly, we can... Well, let's just check with the orb. Even when I don't remember, that's what we can always do, and I don't remember half the time. So let's see.
Wasn't there something shiny in the caves?
In the caves, eh? Oh, yeah, now I remember. So, we have to get past that monkey somehow. But, how are we supposed to do that exactly? Well, let's try checking out these caves over here, like it mentioned. We have this way that goes to the Chao Garden of the Mystic Ruins, like I told you about before. 2 more Chaos to be found in there. I guess this is as good time as any to bring this up. I will not be continuing the Chao Garden in this series since it seemed no one was interested in naming the Chaos. And honestly, I'm not that interested in the Chaos in this first Sonic adventure anyway. Excuse me. They're a lot more bland in this game than they are in Sonic Adventure 2. So, yeah, I won't be covering them this time. Sorry. There's honestly just not much to cover. Still, we have this other way we can go here with another monkey in it. And that sound, we're now locked in. However, we have some interesting items here.
You've got the shovel claw. Now you can dig through dirt and stone. Press the jump and action buttons simultaneously.
So yes, now we have the ability to dig, which is one of the most tedious mechanics in this game. Honestly, people complain about Knuckles' story because of the levels. No, I complain about it because you have to hit A and B at the same time in order to dig. You can get various items by doing this. You can even get like power-ups in the normal field, which is really weird. You can get extra lives, you can get all kinds of stuff. But I always mess it up, and like if I want to do it with one hand, I find it really difficult. And it's not that easy, but I always end up messing it up. Okay, we got a random speed boost. Like I said, you can get all kinds of random crap in here. But it's an interesting mechanic. And it should be noted, if you're latched onto a wall, you can't do it here, but you can just press B to be able to dig. So, that's the basics of the shovel claw. Now, if we go over this way, I believe I pointed this out in Sonic's story, there's this weird thing with Eggman's head coming out of it. If we dig here, see I failed it there at first. The button was pressed, but nothing happened. Although it's funny how he says dang every time he fails. Since the button was pressed, nothing happened, press to destroy. Push the button! So, monkey destruction switch. Yep, it's basically a way to destroy monkeys. How often is this used? Well, twice in the entire game. We just saw the first one, we're about to do the second one. It's kind of a random bit of a quest item to get, but it kind of just shows off the digging mechanic and gives a segue into the next level. Which, I actually went over that way a bit early, which is my bad, but whatever, we can just go there now. Plenty of time left in the video. Whoa, whoa! Did I ever mention I love running through these caves because those hilarious moments happen? Like, they tried to install a mechanic into this game where you can run on walls, but it's so badly done that it's hilarious. Still, push the button! There we go! And we have a way into our next stage. Nothing left to do here. I already showed off Knuckles' Island, or Master Emerald Island. I'm not sure what it's actually called. So we can go into here, which is again, much later in the other stories, Red Mountain. So, let's see what this has got in store for us. Another Find 3 Emerald stage. This is probably my least favorite of the Find... Yep. This is probably my least favorite of the Master Emerald stages because it's so big. It's a very wide open area. It's not quite as big as it was in Sonic's story, but okay, I would say it's normally very hard to find them. At least, I should mention, just about all of my opinions on this game are based on what I experienced as a kid and what I thought of them then. 40 rings, not bad. Sorry, I got something a bit caught in my throat. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore that because I want to do this with as few hints as possible because it takes out the fun when you use the hints. So let's see what's this way. See, I believe all of these actually will say, like, will point you in the right direction. By the way, I find it's like nearly impossible to die as Knuckles here. I find it kind of hilarious just because of the mechanic of gliding. Oh, down this way apparently. In fact, both of them are this way. In fact, if I remember correctly, you just get a bit of a wind burst when you get near the ground anyway, so I don't think you actually... Shut up! Don't you dare say a word. Just had to say, it's impossible to die on this level, and I decided to show off the mechanic. Because that's a bright idea to do when I'm not really sure what I'm talking about and haven't tested it. In case you guys haven't noticed, I am not an intelligent person. Okay, it's not this enemy that the emerald's in. But it is... Oh, wait a minute. This line of rings in a circle. Yep, it's underground there. So we've got two of them. I was just saying, I'm pretty sure you couldn't die on this level. And I thought thought I was pretty solid on that. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't die in this level. Let me test it. Oh, but I just lost all my rings. Fantastic. Oh, I got lucky this time. Here's all of the emeralds right here. That wasn't too bad. That was a bit embarrassing, though. Still, we found those emeralds. Not too difficult.
Good enough.
Yeah, as Knuckles said, good enough. That'll do. Oh, man. Ugh, sorry if I sound a bit out of it. I'm tired. I got off work today and it's kind of late. I'm just a bit tired. So, let's see. Well, I do know where we're supposed to go next. Excuse me. As you know, Sonic and Tails were in the ice cap while we were doing that. They should be out about now. And we all know where they'll be after the ice cap. So we're going to meet Sonic and Tails in the next episode. So with that, I'm going to be ending it off here. Next time on Sonic Adventure, we will be going to meet Sonic and Tails and well, have our battle with them. Aside from that, well, we'll have to see where the story goes from there. So, this has been Wentus. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time for more Sonic Adventure.
Rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. I'm hard as nails. It ain't hard to tell. I break them down whether they solid or frail. Unlike the rest, I'm independent since my first breath. First test, feel the right, then the worst left. Born on an island in the heavens. Blood of my ancestors flows in